Namaste, everyone, and a very happy new year 2024. All right, so welcome to another weekly space update. We have not been updating you every week on the space exploration exploits of humanity for over the past couple of weeks because we have been traveling like crazy. And you can check out our travel vlogs for more. But let's get down to business. All right, so first off, I have to give a huge shout out to the New York Times, who came up with a great article called A Stunning Eclipse, a Moon Race, and Other Space Events in 2024. It's written by Michael Roston, and I must say that he has done an awesome max job of recapping the past year's exploits as well as laying down the timeline, the uh, tentative timeline for the exploration that we have planned as a species for outer space, or actually lunar space, but guaranteed that a couple of these items are for exploring the solar system as well, especially the Europa Clipper mission. And also, there is talk about mining an asteroid, and there is also lunar exploration, of course, with which we will start. So, Chandrayaan 3 by India's, which is my country's very own ISRO, was the uh, talk of the town when we managed to land a rover and a lander on the moon near the South Pole. So, that was indeed a heavy achievement, and it actually segues me into telling you that ISRO also launched the Black Sky Pathfinder, which is kind of a experimentative imaging satellite by the company called Black Sky, who wants to build a network of Earth imaging satellites. And while I was reading about Black Sky Pathfinder, I came across New Horizons, which was the mission, of course, that sent Pluto into the front pages and got close up with it. But after its mission of flying by Pluto, it was actually redirected and went on to capture the images of a very unique sort of asteroid, which is a double lobed asteroid. It's a small ball and a big ball which are fused together. So it's like a slow uh, nearing of the orbits until they sort of collided and merged together. But if they would have collided at a fast pace, they would have broken apart. So it was a merger at a universal scale, but pretty small in terms of celestial bodies. And that is why it's very intriguing. It was called Ultima Thule, the beyond the ultimate land, and then the line between the two lobes is called Akash Linea. Akash, of course, is Sanskrit for space. And finally, the name for the uh, planetary, not planetary, for the solar system body was settled on as arrokoth, which is from one of the Native American languages. And this mission for New Horizons, the extended mission, actually began on October 22, 2015. October 22 being my dad's death day. He was killed in action in Operation Pawan as part of the Indian peacekeeping force in Sri Lanka way back in 1987. I look on it as a source of glory and pride. And we went to visit his alma mater, Sainik School Tilaiya in Jharkhand, Bihar, during our recent Bihar travel trip. And I have uploaded a video about that as well. So check that out if you are interested in, if you're from India and if you're interested in how the sacrifices of brave soldiers like my dad and countless others make us safe and sound in our homes. And for context, just imagine what's going on in the Middle East, in Iran, in multiple places all over the world. Even in America, there are school shootings every month or so. And just a couple of days ago, I guess, some 17-year-old guy shot a few people in another school. Reminds me of an Eminem song, but I will not go down that path because it will lead into a whole new tangent very far away from space exploration. So that is why let's get back to space exploration. And apart from India's Chandrayaan 3, NASA brought back pieces of an asteroid through the OSIRIS-REx return mission, and that was a huge success, a very, very precise maneuver And now Osiris is also going onto an extended mission. Then there was, of course, the comet and the ring of fire eclipse, and then there was SpaceX. So SpaceX is hogging the limelights for all the right reasons, because they had close to 96, 97 launches in 2023, and all of them were successful. So huge kudos, Elon Musk. No matter how eccentric you may seem, your plan for space exploration through SpaceX is definitely working, because the team at SpaceX is doing an excellent job. And Japan and Europe are also looking outwards from Earth through new space telescopes. As I said, I have to thank Michael Roston for this excellent roundup and for the upcoming expectations from 2024. You can check out the article, I will put it in the link below, and you can sign up for the New York Times Interactive Space and Astronomy Calendar at the link inside the article. If I remember, which many times I don't, I'm sorry. I will try and put the space calendar link as well. Okay, so crucial events on the path back to the moon, to quote Michael, is of course the Artemis missions. And Artemis 1 was a success. It went around the moon and came back, and that was obviously a good test of the Space Launch System, the SLS. And then, of course, there comes the Artemis 2, which is going to go around the moon with a crew. And of course, it doesn't have landing capabilities as of now. So, as of now, I mean, it means there's going to be something else, maybe SpaceX or maybe some other NASA project is going to be developed with it, to make sure that we put men, women on the moon for the first time in more than 60 years, I guess, by the time it happens. But high time that we get back. Oh, and talking about people on the moon, my science fiction novel, An Android Awoke on Moon, is available on StackMe, on Zorba Books, and through Zorba Books on Amazon as well. So you can check that out, along with my travel book, A Life Afloat. All right, all these links are in the description. Then there will be an eclipse, which will be mostly through North America. So I'm sorry for fellow Indian space enthusiasts, we won't get to see that solar eclipse. Then come the rockets that are going to be competitors to SpaceX. So, for example, there'll be Vulcan, which is by the United Launch Alliance of Boeing and Lockheed Martin, and Blue Origin, which is Jeff Bezos's Amazon, who themselves are on the space exploration frontier by at least getting people to low Earth orbit, or technically there's this thing called the Kármán line, which is around 100 miles, 100 kilometers above the surface of the Earth vertically, and that is considered the edge of space, more or less. So it's headed towards there, it's taking people there, and maybe in our lifetimes, and if not in ours, then definitely in Advitya, my little daughter's lifetimes, space tourism will be a common thing, and hopefully she will be a serious astronaut, a Gaganyatri from India. All right, moving on to the next rocket, which is an Ariane 6. It has got a few glitches which need ironing out, but the other thing is H3, a Japanese rocket. Then there is New Glenn from Blue Origin, and there are going to be some experimental aircraft. The X-37B from NASA, which is super secretive and everything, was also tested out a few days ago. And there's a thing called a Dream Chaser built by Sierra Space, and there's a Starliner, a capsule built by Boeing for ferrying astronauts to the ISS. The ISS itself will be retiring in this decade, and so apart from China's Tiangong station, we don't have any space station lined up for the near future. Okay, coming on to lunar explorations. Uh, there were three missions in 2023, and only Chandrayaan 3 succeeded, so that's a matter of pride, like I said. Then Japan, NASA, and China all will be going to the moon once again, and there will, of course, be uh, more and more interest in lunar exploration as we sort out things amongst ourselves on Earth, because it's very important for us to become spacefaring in the long term, of course, not in one lifetime. But I think the main advantage is that the technologies that we gain from uh, fine tuning space exploration come in very handy when it comes to solving real world problems, especially for developing and underdeveloped nations. Very big example will be solar panels, and a very Forthcoming example could be water purification and how to grow plants like they are growing on the ISS with minimal resources. So all these things, when they are deployed at large scale on Earth, will help humans in the long term. And that is why if you, your child, anybody you know are interested in space exploration, please give your support to whoever else is enthusiastic about exploring space. Okay, so apart from that, like I mentioned in the beginning, the Europa Clipper is scheduled to arrive at Europa in 2030, and it will be launched later this year. And then there will be Martian missions. There will be uh, a mission, a follow-up mission to the NASA Double Asteroid Redirection Test, which was when NASA pinged an asteroid to see if they could deflect its path, and that was Dimorphos, and the ESA will send Hera as a follow-up to see what has gone on since that impact test. All right, so that's it about it from Michael Roston's very excellent article, wrapping up and foretelling, predicting the future. Although the past is history, the future is a mystery. So let's see what 2024 brings. And then, of course, there's going to be lots of exciting developments in astronomy, astro gazing, stargazing. The Hanle Deep Sky Reserve, Night Sky Reserve in India, in Ladakh, is one place that I have visited, and I have had the good opportunity to having gone up into the telescope's, dome, and you can check that out on our Leh Ladakh trip vlog. And of course, I mean, if I remember once again, I will put that link in the description as well. But mostly, life is about enjoying yourself, and so look forward to new experiences, look forward to every new moment, live in the present. Check out 6Rsm, which is my personal philosophy. And thank you so much for watching. Namaste. I am Aradhye Ackshat, and this has been, after a few weeks gap, your weekly space update. Check out our other videos, and make sure you smash that sub button for awesome acts fun. Let's see what this new year brings, and wishing you all a very happy, successful and prosperous 2024.